For 98 years, the Boys of Summer have gathered to celebrate and compete for the pride of bringing home the town ball crown back to their respective communities. Today, the Class B bracket comes to Hamburg, the state amateur baseball tournament live on PrepSpotlight.tv.
Amateur baseball is one of Minnesota's great sporting traditions. The state tournament brings together hundreds of communities in late summer at great ballparks all around the state. Coverage of every game can be found on PrepSpotlight.tv. PrepSpotlight.tv's coverage of today's state tournament game is made possible by the Minnesota Baseball Association, and also with help from the Minnesota Twins. Celebrate Town Ball with the Twins on September 11th. Visit twinsbaseball.com/townball for details. Now let's get to the ballpark.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Hamburg, home of the Hawks, and once again host to the state amateur baseball tournament. I am Eric Murphy, Brian Carlson on camera. This weekend, we close out the opening weekend with 3 Class B matchups and 1 Class C makeup game. That's scheduled for later tonight. First up this morning, it's the new Market Muskies taking on the Burnsville Bobcats. And let's get right into it here as we're ready to start it out. Starting out with New Market, who will bat first here in the top of the first in familiar territory in the state tourney, but making its first appearance in the Class B bracket. The Muskies out of Section 1B took out rival Elko in their best-of-3 series to earn the trip to state. They come in at 18-10 overall. 9-3 is their record since July, managed by Todd Bergstrom. As for the Burnsville Bobcats, back in the big dance, earning their way through a tough Section 3B bracket. They come out of sections as the 2 seed. Impressive when you consider the top seed out of 3B is 3-time defending champion Chanhassen. The Redbirds already on to round 2 here in this tournament. The Cats managed by Matt Trocchi, one of just 2 players, by the way. He and Tyler Hill, one of the only 2 players that remained from that team in 2014 that made it to the big dance. So, New Market coming to the plate. And Mason Trocchi will lead us off, followed by Blake Schmidt, then Andy Hankemeyer, Brett Herbert, Carter Hansen, Steve McGuigan, Scott Leiden, Alex Barrett, and Lincoln Berry is your lineup. And they will be facing Luke Hansen of Burnsville. Trocchi says good morning and hello as he fires that one foul, way foul to the right side. 0-1 the count. Hansen, 0-1 pitch. Just outside, says home plate umpire Terry Helgett. The former Essig Blue Jay Hall of Famer, if you will. Played in many a state tournament. As Hansen trying again for that outside corner, and again misses. 2-1 the count now on Trocchi. Hansen, the right-hander. Pretty straightforward delivery to the dish. Trocchi trying to time him up here. Fouls one to the left side now. 2-2 the count. Again, this is one of 4 games here today. We had 4 yesterday, starting at 11, ending at about midnight. Trocchi fouls that one right back into our faces. Into the netting. 2-2 remains the count. After Friday's rain out between Maple Lake and the Milroy Irish, that game will be made up later today. So the 1 Class C game here later tonight. And first up, 3 Class B matchups. And already in Class B yesterday, East Grand Forks, Victoria, Chanhassen, as I mentioned, moving on. And maybe the biggest surprise of the entire tournament, St. Michael taking out Moorhead, the Brewers. Usually playing in that final weekend, taken out 2-1 yesterday by St. Michael, so shaking the bracket up a little bit. That's on the top half of the bracket. We're here on the, well, actually the winner of this game. That is this game also in the top half of the bracket. So the winner of this game does, in fact, move on to play St. Michael. And that'll be right back here in Hamburg on Friday. So the Cinderella of the tournament so far is who awaits the winner of this one. Long way to go. As you saw, Trocchi grounded out to first for the first out. And it's now a 1-0 count Blake Schmidt, the shortstop and second hitter in the lineup here for Newmarket. One pitch. That's hit deep to center. Hill tracks it, gets under it, and 2 quick outs here for Hansen. So this Newmarket roster made up of a number of players who came through high school baseball in the Lakeville, Apple Valley, Farmington, Rosemount, Egan area. We may see former Lakeville North star Brad Herber in this game later. He does lead the Muskies in pitching, not starting here tonight or today. Sandy Hankemeyer, the catcher, batting third in the lineup for Newmarket, steps in to face Hansen. Down 0-1 early. Back to the outside corner, and again outside, 1-1 the count. First 2 rounds of the 16-team Class B tourney are single elimination. And then you get into that final weekend where you have to lose twice to get knocked out. Because that one is skied high. Not an easy play by any means. It was up there forever. And Noah Juliar finally tracks it down from his left field position. So 3 up, 3 down for Newmarket. In the first, you're watching live State Amateur Baseball on PrepSpotlight.tv.
Nobody does high school sports like PrepSpotlight.tv. Your home for Minnesota State tournament action is also where you can find the best weekly action during the regular season in 2021. We make it easy to be a high school sports fan at PrepSpotlight.tv.
Through a half inning here on our Sunday morning opener here. The Class B bracket first round matchup between Newmarket and Burnsville. 2 teams obviously similar from a geographical standpoint. And some of the youth players know each other. I was chatting a little bit beforehand with the teams, but other than that, not a ton of familiarity. You notice there's a Trocchi on each roster. Matt Trocchi, the manager for Burnsville. And Mason Trocchi, the leadoff hitter and third baseman for Newmarket, was told that they're not brothers, they're distant cousins, is what they were saying. So some familiarity here. And for Burnsville, you're going to see Tim Erlab leading things off, then Tyler Hill, Zach Andreessen. And then it's Trocchi, Kevin Johnson in the 5 spot, Jeff Heinen, Joe Robinson batting 7th, Noah Juliar in the 8th spot, and Brandon Hugo bringing up the rear from the 9 hole in the lineup for the Bobcats. And they will be facing Connor Wheatgriff. 8 innings pitched in a win against Elko in Game 3. Remember, that was that series against Elko, their rival, to get into the state tournament. 8 innings pitched to help them qualify for the tourney. He just graduated from Prior Lake High School. He's going to be playing in the NIACC league level next year. So the ball is given to Wheatgriff in this contest against a good Burnsville squad. And we'll talk more about the Muskies' makeup of this roster and how they've built it. And now in Class B and in the state tournament with a lot of obviously really good youth programs over there in the Lakeville, Farmington area. We've also got a 16-year-old on the roster from Apple Valley we may see at some point in this contest. Good mix of youth and veteran players on this squad. And it's not easy to come out of their section. But here they are. So 1-1 count to the leadoff man, Erlab. That one skied high. Who's going to take it? Oh, coming in at the last second, calling everybody off. And that was Lincoln Berry, the first baseman, coming over to make that play.
Erlab retired on that pop fly in foul territory, batting now for the
The
Bobcats.
foul territory pop fly taking care of Erlab. Now Tyler Hill, the center fielder, steps in. And Tyler, one of two players along with Matt Trocchi, we're on the last Burnsville squad to make it here to the big dance. Tyler shows bunt, pulls back, called strike. Hill hammers that one towards center. It holds up nicely out there for Steve McGuigan. So another fly out, 2 quick outs here.
On a fly to his counterpart. 2 down, nobody aboard. Batting now for the Bobcats. Second baseman, number 4, Zach Andreessen.
Zach Andreessen steps in now. Zach, the second baseman, batting third in the lineup for Burnsville. Burnsville, a short bench. They've got 3 players listed on the roster that aren't here today because they don't actually live in the state of Minnesota. Was told if they make it to the final weekend, though, they will make arrangements to be here. So Burnsville, a much shorter bench when you look at the 2 rosters. As a lefty, Wheatgriff has worked it to a 1-1 count. Swing and a miss. 1-2 now. Wheatgriff working quickly here. The Prior Lake product. Didn't mention that they draw from Prior Lake High School when I mentioned the high school makeup of this squad, but obviously Wheatgriff in there as that one's hammered to the gap, and that's going to get down and be trouble. At least 2 for Andreessen. He'll pull into second with a stand-up double. As the throw in from McGuigan, strong throw, but Andreessen jumping all over that pitch, and we have our first hit of the contest. A 2-out double, and Matt Trocchi, the player manager, now stepping in, batting in the 4 spot in this lineup. A little chat with Matt, helped me with some names prior to the game. Pumped to be here. Everybody is. A lot of smiles, a lot of positive energy on both benches coming into this game. A beautiful Sunday morning atmosphere here. We had those massive storms come through and wash things out on Friday. It was beautiful yesterday, and even sunnier today. So Wheatgriff wanted the outside corner there, does not get it. So a 1-1 count right now on Trocchi. 2 out, runner on second, after the 2-out double from Andreessen. Griff delivers, shatters the bat. Tough play at third, smothered, probably not going to get Trocchi, will not, and moving to third on the play is Andreessen. So that bat is done. They'll throw that in the woodpile. He came in on the hands of Trocchi, fisted that one as the bat shatters. Couldn't tell if maybe Mason Trocchi at third, if that flying debris from the bat had anything to do with it. He bobbled it a bit. They're actually going to rule it an error on Trocchi. So that's Mason Trocchi on the error, and Matt Trocchi reaching first. And again, Andreessen now on third, so first and third with 2 outs. And the first pitch is in there to Kevin Johnson. Johnson, the right fielder, batting 5th in the lineup for Burnsville. A little movement on that pitch from Wheatgriff. That one bangs loudly off the grandstand above us. So we saw Andreessen hit that one to the gap yesterday. We had 4 games, only 1 home run, and it was hammered to left field. And that was after things warmed up a bit in the afternoon. The ball carried a little bit better. If you're looking for how the ball might fly here, we had Toby Hansen, former Gopher, Delano Athletic, hit one that looked off the bat like it was going out, but the breeze was coming in and kept it in the park. 1-2 pitch from Wheatgriff, fouled back. So Johnson hangs. And we also had Scott Benjamin in that game for Delano, drilled one just off the top of the wall and left. So definitely was carrying farther to left field. And again, just 1 home run in 4 games. As that one is ripped through the right side, and Burnsville's on the board as Johnson with the RBI single. And Andreessen scores our first run of the contest. And a nice 2-out rally here from the Bobcats. They jump ahead of New Market. Trocchi down to second on the single.
Through the right side, that plates a run. Runners at first and second, 2 down, and at the plate, the
And Jeff Heinen, the DH in this lineup, comes up. Now with 2 on and 2 out. Runners on first and second. The sharp single from Johnson. Pitch from Wheatgriff is outside, 1-0. The breeze coming in from right field yesterday. Now it's blowing out to right a bit. So we'll keep an eye on that as well throughout the day. Swung on and missed, 1-1. The 1-1 pitch, close, but Helget behind the plate. Terry looks it off, 2-1. That one spoiled to the right side. Count is even, 2-2. Pitch just foul tipped. Hanging in there is Heinen. So again, geographically, these two teams fairly close, but playing in different leagues. Don't play each other in the regular season. A pitch inside, so the count is full now on Heinen. Wheatgriff, the young lefty here, having to work out of trouble early. Swung on, another foul tip. But it comes out of the glove of Hankemeyer. So Heinen lives to face another pitch. Shaping up to be a solid at bat here. Seeing more pitches from the young lefty. Wheatgriff delivers. That's high. Ball 4. Bases now loaded. So this inning, a little bit of everything for Burnsville, and all of this with 2 outs, by the way. Andreessen's double, then an error. Put runners at the corners. RBI single from Johnson. Now a walk. And again, all of this with 2 outs. The base is juiced for Joe Robinson, the shortstop for Burnsville. Number 7 hitter in the lineup. First pitch from Wheatgriff, high and outside. That one's in there, 1-1. Again, Wheatgriff, that deciding game 3 against Elko, pitching New Market to the win, as that one is knocked to the right side and out of play. 1-2 now. Wheatgriff ahead in the count. So Todd Bergstrom, the manager, comfortable going with the youngster. They're trying to work out of an early inning jam here. Swung on to the left side. And again, that's Robinson just hanging in there. Saw Heinen prior at bat stay alive. Eventually working that walk. Count remains 1-2 here. 2 outs, bases loaded. Inside pitch, ball 2. Two-two pitch ripped up the middle. 1 run is in. They're going to send the runner from second. A 2-run single from Robinson. And Burnsville with a 3-spot so far here. Take an early advantage over New Market. So Johnson with 2 outs running all the way. So Trocchi scores from third, then Johnson from second.
Juilliard.
And Noah Juilliard comes up, the 8th hitter in the lineup, left fielder. And an opportunity for him to add as well. Again, all of this with 2 outs this rally. As the first pitch from Wheatgriff is in for a strike. And still 2 on and 2 out. Burnsville working good at bats here. That one, hot shot to second. Great glove work over there by Barrett. And Alex throws it to first for the out. So Wheatgriff and the Muskies do get out of the inning eventually here, but not without surrendering 3 runs to Burnsville. After 1, the Cats jumping on the Muskies. 3-0 our lead as we head to the second inning live on PrepSpotlight.tv.
Celebrate the end of the 2021 Town Ball season. Join your teammates, rivals, and ball fans from around the state at the Twins game on September 11th. Special ticket pricing for Town Ball players and fans. Salutes to the newly crowned champs and a very fun night at the ballpark. Order your tickets at twinsbaseball.com/townball and wear your town's team colors to Target Field on September 11th.
Proud sponsor of WCH 2021. Ridgeview is an independent regional healthcare network committed to serving the West Metro area. Ridgeview exists to enhance the lifelong health of the people it serves with a culture that nurtures the whole person, mind, body, and spirit. Thank you, Ridgeview Medical Center, for partnering with the Waconia Chaska Hamburg 2021 tournament. For more information, go to ridgeviewmedical.org.
Fish 0, Cats.
Left fielder number 22, Brett.
We'll fix this here. It's actually the Cats 3, the Fish 0. Fix our scoreboard here for you. As we head to the second inning. There, we've got it right. So 0-1 the count here as the Muskies trying to get something going here. Brett Herber, the number 4 hitter in the lineup, flies out to center field. Hill is there. He snags it. And Hansen, so far so good through 4 batters in this contest. We'll bring up Carter Hansen.
Field at plate now for the Muskies, right fielder number 23, Carter Hansen.
So Carter Hansen versus Luke Hansen in this matchup. Carter, the lefty, right fielder for Newmarket. And he sprays that one to left. That's going to drop. And the first hit of the game, courtesy of Carter Hansen.
Hansen with a single to left, the first hit for the
He singles it off of Luke Hansen. That brings up Steve McGuigan, the center fielder for Newmarket.
Steve McGuigan.
McGuigan, first pitch to him, fouled back, 0-1 the count. Second pitch in the at-bat, into the ground. Good job getting in front of that one. Erlab, the catcher for Burnsville. Keeping Carter Hansen at first base. Thereafter a 1-out single, 1-1 the count. Swung on, driven toward the hole, and it slips through. So back-to-back singles now for Newmarket. That was right where you wanted it to be. Joe Robinson coming over from the shortstop position. Looked like he was going to be able to glove it, but a little quicker through that hole than maybe he expected.
Wigan with a single to left. Runners at first and
Brandon Hugo, third baseman, was ranging over in that direction as well. So Newmarket comes right back with a rally of their own here. Scott Lyden now up. 2 on, 1 out. First pitch in for a strike. One pitch from Hansen. Tries to nick the inside corner. So 1-1 count now to Lyden, the DH in the lineup. That pitch does catch the corner, 1-2. Alex Barrett on deck, the youngster from Farmington High School. Hansen to the plate, now 2-2 the count. Who curves that one in, just able to hang his Lyden. So again, the winner of this contest take on St. Michael. The surprise of the tournament so far, taking out Moorhead last night, the Moorhead Brewers. A 2-1 victory for the Saints to move into the second weekend. They await the winner of this game as that one is skied to right, playing shallow out there. Will he get there in time? No. Everyone had to wait, so they'll all move up 90 feet, and it'll be bases loaded with 1 out. Kevin Johnson is playing deep out there in right field. And Lyden just kind of popped it out there. Counts as a single. Bases loaded with 1 out now. So how about that? The Fish come right back. And the youngster Barrett, Farmington High School graduate, stepping in now with a big opportunity here in the top of the second inning for Newmarket. Swinging on the first pitch he sees. Foul to the right side, 0-1. Second pitch is outside, 1-1 the count. We had a 2-out rally for the Bobcats. A 1-out rally right now for the Fish. Trying to get a couple back here, down 3-0 in the top of the second. Oh, that pitch just outside. So Helgen not giving that corner there. Tight strike zone so far from Terry. And 2-1 the count. Hansen tries for the corner again. This time it's farther outside and a little bit high. 3-1 now. Again, bases juice, no place to put him. The 3-1 pitch from Hansen. Barrett takes the walk. An RBI walk for Barrett. Good patience from the youngster. Carter Hansen trots down from third. And the bases remain loaded now for Lincoln Berry. First baseman for Newmarket, batting ninth in the lineup. It's still just 1 out, so Hansen's still in a pickle here. He's got McGuigan at third, Lyden at second, Barrett at first. And Lincoln Berry at the dish. First pitch from Hansen outside. Hansen obviously trying to find the strike zone here. Working the home plate umpire to see where he can put it. But also not a lot of margin for error here with bases juiced. And Berry, that one came back over. Looked enticing, fouls it to the right side, 1-1. Muskies 9 state tournament appearances overall. They've got 7 since 2013. So again, a team that has been building to this point. Their first time once again in the Class B bracket. A 1-2 count now as Barry fouled that last pitch away as well. Kyle Erlab earning his paycheck here today. He comes out and stops that one as Hansen threw it in the dirt. And sliding to his right, Erlab saves a sure run there. His play behind the plate. So 2-2 is the count to Barry. Again, 1 out, bases loaded, 1 run already in the inning. That one sky to the right side. Trocchi. Trocchi started out over there, but that thing sailed way out past the bullpen. Kevin Johnson in right field also gave chase. But out of play, so 2-2. Still the count here. And you can see the wind blowing in that direction now, so anything out there is going to push that way. Another breezy morning here. Is the 2-2 pitch. Taken for a ball. Full count. Well, no doubt. Play a little different here today. Batters can get the ball in the air. So a 3-2 pitch coming from Hansen. That one's drilled. It's going to get down. 1 run is going to score. Hill there to cut it off. 1 run is in. Can they get a 3rd run in? No, they're going to hold Barrett at 3rd. And just like that, we've got a tie ball game, 3 apiece, as Barry doubles to the right center gap. And how about that? 3 runs for Newmarket to come right back after giving up the 3 spot in the bottom of the first.
Barry with a double that brings in a couple of runs. Top of the order now for the Muskies. Leadoff batter, 3rd baseman Mason Trocchi.
Wagon and Leiden in easily, and Barrett was bearing down, and Hill got there to cut that one off. If that one gets to the wall, that is an easy score for Barrett. Perhaps a triple for Barry. And the Fish would have a lead. As it stands, it's tied, and they're still in a pretty good spot here as Mason Trocchi, the lineup, turns back over to the leadoff man. He takes strike 1 from Hansen. Trocchi grounded out to first his first time up. Corner infielder is playing in right now. Trocchi swings and misses, down 0-2. Oh, 2 pitch from Hansen goes right back to the outside. Trocchi does not chase this time. So 1-2 the count. This time comes back inside. Trocchi does not chase. 2-2. So Hansen really working now. Still just 1 out in the inning. Comes back over. That is going to find its way up the middle. And 2 more runs will score. Trocchi with a 2-run single. And how about this from the Fish? A 5-run inning so far. They are rocking Hansen.
Trocchi with a single straight up the middle. That plates 2 more runs for the Muskies. At the plate for Newmarket.
The base is now cleared.
Blake Schmidt.
But Barrett and Barry scoring in a 5 spot. 5 hits now for Newmarket in the inning. Still just 1 out. Blake Schmidt now to the dish. He flew out his first time up. Schmidt, the 8th hitter to come up for Newmarket in this inning. Quickly 2-0 count here. Hansen perhaps shook up a bit. Newmarket has stayed patient in this inning. Come right back, rallying against the Bobcats. So 3-0 the count to Schmidt. Over the middle, 3-1. That one hit to the right side and through. The hit parade continues. Hit number 6 in the inning. Blake Schmidt down to first. That'll bring up the 9th hitter faced here. As Trocchi, the player manager, comes over to talk to Hansen. They do have somebody warning up in the bullpen. In fact, Trocchi's going to make the move here. Cade Marsalek coming into pitch for Burnsville. We'll take a quick break here. 5 runs in for the Muskies. Still only 1 out, 2 on. Marsalek takes over on the mound. We'll be back. Live action on PrepSpotlight.tv.
Town Ball Tour. Head to the small towns and tell people what it's all about.
A lot of excitement. Weather is fantastic.
This place has been here since the early 80s.
This is a baseball town.
The town is here. The kids are here. It's safe. It's a wonderful environment.
We certainly met some wonderful characters.
Thanks for joining us for another season of Fox 9's Town Ball Tour.
Cade Marsalek out of the pen for Burnsville. That closed the book on starter Luke Hansen for the Bobcats. Knocked around here for 6 hits in this inning. And 5 runs in right now for Newmarket is Andy Henkemeyer. He's the 3rd batter in the lineup, the catcher for Newmarket. Steps in with an opportunity to add, and that's not going to be an easy play. In fact, Hill dives and can't get there. Tough play for Hill. Off of his glove, they're going to give him a base hit. Yet another hit in the inning. And that'll reload the bases here, and still just 1 out. And that'll bring us back to Brett Herber, the left fielder. Herber, by the way, playing left field here, led the team in innings pitched and strikeouts. Former Winona State Warrior. The top players on this team. Good opportunity here for him. And again, he started us off in this inning. He flew out, so there was 1 out, and the Muskies down 3. And since then, 7 hits, 5 runs, and Herber's back up with still just 1 out, and the base is now juiced. Marsalek inside, 2-0 the count to Herber. That one drilled to center. Hill has a beat on it. It's going to have to make a play here. He does. A diving play from Hill, so that time he comes up with it. But it ends up as a sack fly nonetheless. And another run in. So that's Mason Trocchi trotting home. Schmidt will stay at second. So 2 outs, but another run in for the Muskies. The Fish with a 6-3 lead.
Number 23, right fielder Carter Hansen.
Carter Hansen, now the right fielder. He singled and scored already in this inning. 2 outs now, still a runner in scoring position. Swung on and missed. Marshall gets ahead in the count. One hit to the left side, 0-2. Marshall ahead now. Two pitch, a little bit low. Runners go. That to center field will drop in. One run scores easily. Hill throwing to third. The ball gets away. But holding over there is Hankemeyer. And scooting down to second base is Hansen after the single. Another RBI. 7 runs now in the inning.
Hansen with a run scoring single.
So Blake Schmidt scoring from second.
Third with 2 down, batting now for Newmarket.
So 2 singles, a run scored, and an RBI in the inning for Carter Hansen. Steve McGuigan now up. He singled and scored in this inning as well. One the count after the swing and miss. Marslick, the reliever here for Burnsville. So in Class C, we saw a ton of pitching changes yesterday. Remember, they can draft players. Not the case here, as Marslick gets ahead 1-2 in the count. Your roster is your roster in Class B. Marslick, 1-2 pitch, outside, 2-2. Almost gets Wagon to chase that high pitch. Instead, it's a full count. Swung on and driven to center. 2 more runs will come in. And the hit parade continues for the Muskies. A 9 spot now on the board. And it's McGuigan driving in 2.
Single to center, that plates a couple of runs. Brings to home plate the designated hitter. Number
Trying to
2, Scott
keep track of this in my book
for Whitgriff, the pitcher.
as we're out in danger of batting around twice in this inning for Newmarket. And Scott Lydon skies that one high toward right center. Drifting under it and making the catch is Kevin Johnson, and finally the inning ends, but damage done. 9 runs on 9 hits for Newmarket in the top of the second inning. The Bats have come to play here this morning in Hamburg. Live state and tournament here on PrepSpotlight.tv.
All summer long, you have gathered with friends, neighbors, and family at ball yards all across Minnesota.
Still going, gone! A home run!
Diamonds that decorate and help define hundreds of communities. Town Ball binds together our passion for baseball in our hometowns. And on September 11th, the cornerstone of Minnesota baseball, Target Field will host a party for all those who play, watch, and support Town Ball. The Twins host the Royals at 6:10 p.m. Prior to the game, the newly crowned state amateur champs will be honored at the Town Ball Tavern and during a pregame ceremony. Wear your team colors and enjoy a special night at Target Field.
The 0-2 pitch. Strike three! Fairmont, state champions in 2020.
To the Fairmont Martins. They are your 2020.
For tickets to the Twins' Tip of the Cap to Town Ball on September 11th, visit twinsbaseball.com/townball.
We head to the bottom of the second inning. It's now 9-3. Turn of events here after a three spot, which feels like 100 years ago right now for Burnsville. Put a three spot up in the bottom of the first inning. The Cats looking like they came out ready to jump here on the fish. In fact, they did with that two-out rally, scoring 3 times, but a 9-run top of the second inning for New Market. They have taken command of this contest. And it's Wheatgriff back out, the youngster from Prior Lake. Facing Brandon Hugo, the number 9 hitter in the lineup. Strike 3 as Hugo swings through that pitch from Wheatgriff, his first K of the day. And it'll turn the lineup back over to Tim Erlab, the catcher who flew out his first time up. So still compiling the stats from that top of the second. So 10 batters in the inning. 9 runs, 9 hits. No errors. He's a one-out rally, if you will, doing most of that damage with 1 out. Wheatgriff working quickly now, a 2-0 count on Erlab. So we're going to have some interesting stats from that inning, like Carter Hansen, who singled twice, scored twice, had an RBI in that inning. Steve McGuigan also with 2 singles in that inning. And look at this, Wheatgriff taking care of business, maybe getting that first inning out of the way here in the tournament and feeling some confidence after his offense put up 9 runs for him. So back-to-back strikeouts to start things off here in the bottom of the second. Tyler Hill comes up now. The center fielder made that nice diving catch to minimize some of the damage for Burnsville in that second inning. He flew out to center his first time up, 0-1 count, as Wheatgriff is going right after these guys right now. So we'll see that first inning, first game of the tournament. Pitchers trying to get settled in here. Wheatgriff obviously just a youngster, having just graduated high school. First time through the lineup, and he is firing strikes here now as the lineup is turned over for the Cats. 2 outs, 0-2 count. Oh, and Hill, that one fouled off, and I think it came up and got him underneath the flap or the brim of the helmet. He's saying, I'm all right. You don't need an espresso shot to wake up in the morning if you take a ball off the face. So Hill, if he wasn't awake already. So count is still 0-2. 2 outs. Swung on and missed. He strikes out the side. So the youngster Wheatgriff locked in inning number 2. The fish feeling it. We head to 3, 9-3, Newmarket.
Bobcats in the bottom half of inning number
Nobody does high school sports like PrepSpotlight.tv. Your home for Minnesota State tournament action is also where you can find the best weekly action during the regular season in 2021. We make it easy to be a high school sports fan at PrepSpotlight.tv.
Top 3, Newmarket. Feeling good now. Down 3-0 after 1, but put 9 runs on the board. 9 hits in the top of the second. 10 batters came to the plate last inning. And here is Alex Barrett, who drew a walk and scored in the last inning. Alex, the 8th hitter in the lineup, by the way, playing second base for Newmarket. The good young additions of this squad as he lines that one up. Hits it to center. Hill is there. So one quick out here. Probably just what the doctor ordered for relief pitcher Cade Marcelik, who came in to relieve Luke Hansen. Luke just an inning and a third. 6 hits, 5 runs. And obviously the Muskies continued the hit parade after Marcelik came in. Burnsville has to manage some arms here as the first pitch to the number 9 hitter Lincoln Berry hits him on the elbow. And there you go, Newmarket with a base runner now with 1 out. And back to the top of the lineup, Mason Trocchi up for the 3rd time already in this one. Trocchi grounded out in the first inning, then a 2-run double last inning. One of the highlights of that 9 spot. Reminded that the Muskies have actually played here in the state tournament. We mentioned a Class C team up until this year, so they were in the Class C bracket the last time Hamburg hosted in 2017. Strachey swings and misses, now 0-2 the count. All right, back to the netting right in front of us. Count remains 0-2. One and 2 now. So I have some facts to throw out there. They wanted me to know, by the way, just great communication throughout the week from Newmarket, giving us tidbits here for our broadcast. We always appreciate that. Teams that work with us to help make this a better experience for everybody involved. And so I'm told Tyler Bergstrom will eat more pizza than anyone you've ever met, is what they tell me. So the Muskies know how to have fun as well, as Marcelik gets a big strikeout here. Trocchi swinging and missing. 2 outs in the inning now for Blake Schmidt. Blake singled and scored last inning.
shortstop number 1, Blake Schmidt.
Erlab with another nice play behind the plate to keep that one from getting to the backstop. So 1-0 the count to Schmidt. So Burnsville, when you look at the roster, they've got their starters and just 3 guys technically on the bench. They've got 3 other listed as the runner goes. Oh, the throw, that would have been a close play. Erlab's throw got down there on time. It was definitely not on the mark as Andreessen had to dive for that one and couldn't come up with it. So a stolen base for Barry. A little aggressiveness on the base pass here from the Muskies. Going out of play to the right side. Right near the entrance. Off of a tree. So 1-2 the count. 2 outs. Barry on second after the steal. Blake Schmidt at the dish. Schmidt, again, 1 for 2 with a run scored. So count still 1-2. Marsalek trying to work out of this one. Ground ball to second. Scooped by Andreessen. Throw to first. And Marsalek gets out of the inning. No runs scored. Just 1 runner. And he's stranded at second. So still 9-3. Said we head to the bottom of the third here at Hawk Field live on PrepSpotlight.tv.
Celebrate the end of the 2021 Town Ball season. Join your teammates, rivals, and ball fans from around the state at the Twins game on September 11th. Special ticket pricing for Town Ball players and fans. Salutes to the newly crowned champs and a very fun night at the ballpark. Order your tickets at twinsbaseball.com/townball and wear your town's team colors to Target Field on September 11th.
Established in 1883 and provides some of the most essential services of our community. Now you too can be a hero. Learn fire prevention. Stop fires before they start by doing the following. Install smoke alarms on every level of your home, inside bedrooms and outside sleeping areas. Test smoke alarms every month. Never leave food cooking unattended. Make a fire escape plan with your family. If a fire occurs in your home, get out, stay out, and call.
Celebrate the end of the 2021 Town Ball season. Join your teammates, rivals, and ball fans from around the state at the Twins game on September 11th. Special ticket pricing for Town Ball players and fans. Salutes to the newly crowned champs and a very fun night at the ballpark. Order your tickets at twinsbaseball.com/townball and wear your town's team colors to Target Field on September 11th.
Bottom 3, Hawk Field, live on PrepSpotlight.tv. New Market 9, Burnsville 3. Andreessen at the dish for the Cats. Facing the youngster Wheatgriff. He hangs in a 1-2 count now. Zach Andreessen, who doubled and scored back in the first inning, part of that 3-run first inning for the Cats. One-two pitch from Wheatgriff. Strike 3 called. Wow. Connor settled in, and that's an understatement. Now 4 straight strikeouts for the young lefty. And Matt Trocchi comes up, reached on an error. Remember, Wheatgriff shattered his bat back in the first inning. And he starts him off with a strike. It was Matt Trocchi hit it to third to Mason Trocchi. Shards of bat everywhere as Trocchi lifts this one to left. And an easy play made by Brett Herber out there. Two quick outs, and Kevin Johnson will come up.
Hitting now for Burnsville.
Kevin with an RBI single in the first inning. That one hammered off the grandstand and then back into the field. 0-1 count. Cats. Their nice white uniforms with the blue tops, blue trim. The fish, those red jerseys. Blue caps with the red brims. As Johnson lifts that one towards second. Barrett going back and making the play.
Johnson retired on a fine running over
So Barrett tracks that one well, gloves it. Wheatgriff continues to cruise through three. It's 9-3, New Market Muskies.
All summer long, you have gathered with friends, neighbors, and family at ball yards all across Minnesota.
Still going, gone! A home run!
Diamonds that decorate and help define hundreds of communities. Town Ball binds together our passion for baseball in our hometowns. And on September 11th, the cornerstone of Minnesota baseball, Target Field, will host a party for all those who play, watch, and support Town Ball. The Twins host the Royals at 6:10 p.m. Prior to the game, the newly crowned state amateur champs will be honored at the Town Ball Tavern and during a pregame ceremony. Wear your team colors and enjoy a special night at Target Field.
The 0-2 pitch. Strike three! Fairmont, state champions in 2020.
Congratulations to the Fairmont Martins. They are your 2020.
For tickets to the Twins' Tip of the Cap to Town Ball on September 11th, visit twinsbaseball.com/townball.
Eagle Lake and Cannon Falls are still at zeros.
We are now in the fourth inning here at Hawk Field in Hamburg. 9-3 Muskies over the Bobcats of Burnsville.
Catcher Andy Hinkemeyer leads
Andy
off.
Hinkemeyer will lead us off. Andy flew out his first time up, singled, later scored in the second inning. Feels like everybody singled or doubled or later scored in that 9-run second inning. As Marshall back out for another inning in relief. 2-1 the count now for that called strike. Again, the winner of this contest against St. Michael. Big upset last night. So they move on to the second round. That game will be Friday right back here in Hamburg. So Hamburg will be hosting the B bracket from here on out. Other than the makeup game we have here tonight, Maple Lake and the Milroy Irish. They rain out a Friday night, so they pushed it to 7 o'clock tonight. We have 3 B games ahead of us here. Strike 3 called. So Helget settling in behind the plate, and the finding some corners here, it looks like, for these pitchers.
Batting now for the Newmarket Muskies, number 22.
Left fielder Brett Herber now up. He flew out in the second inning. His first time up, then his second time in the second inning, a sac fly RBI. So 0 for 1 on the day with an RBI. Let's take strike one from Marsalek. Second pitch hit toward his own dugout, so 0-2 the count. Our second game here is going to feature the Rochester Royals against the Forest Lake Brewers, then the Champlin Low Gators A team that everyone is kind of pointing to as a team to watch here. It might be able to challenge Chan and knock down the three-time defending champs, but they'll have a good matchup against the Hampton Cardinals later on. That game's scheduled to start at 4:30.
Herbert retired on a drive to straightaway center field, 2 down.
So Herbert flies out to Hill in center, so 2 quick outs for Marsalek. And Carter Hansen comes up. Now back in the second inning, Carter with 2 hits and 2 runs scored. All in 1 inning. Part of that is that hit parade. 10 batters came to the plate in that inning. Comes up swinging here. Misses. 0-1 the count. Chanhassen with that 8-1 victory over the Moorhead Mudcats. So both Moorhead teams qualified and have already been eliminated. Chan will play the winner of our next game, Rochester and Forest Lake. One and two the count now, called strike 2. Victoria Vicks were victorious last night, 4-1 over the Hamel Hawks. Two and two the count now on Carter Hansen. And East Grand Forks, big win for the Mass. Back in the tourney this year, 7-1 win over Anoka. And they'll await the winner of Meesville and Chaska. That game, they actually made it pretty far into that game on Friday night. The rain obviously came here first as we are farther west. Made its way to Waconia, watched them out there, and then eventually halted things in Chaska. So that game is also scheduled for later tonight in Chaska. Full count now to Carter Hansen. 2 outs in the inning. Cade Marsalek settling down, but inside pitch here, and he puts a runner on. So Carter Hansen have a day. He's been on base 3 times. We're only in the 4th inning.
Hansen draws a 2-0 walk. Now for the Muskies. Number 14, center fielder Steve McGuigan.
Steve McGuigan, another 2-hit inning for him. Another player with 2 hits in the inning, I should say, back in the second. 2 singles. Also scored a run in that inning. Down 0-1 in this count. Swung on and missed, 0-2. Tries to get him to chase upstairs, no dice, 1-2 the count. In Burnsville, they play in a tough region. Features Chan and Chaska, Victoria. That one hit to third. Good glove there, up and throwing to first. Trocky gloves it. And Marsalek's out of the inning through 3.5. It remains 9-3 Fish.
The Town Ball Tour. Head to the small towns and tell people what it's all about.
A lot of excitement. Weather is fantastic.
This place has been here since the early 80s.
This is a baseball town.
The town is here. The kids are here. It's safe. It's a wonderful environment. We certainly met some wonderful characters.
Thanks for joining us for another season of Fox 9's Town Ball Tour.
We've got 12 runs in this game on the board. And all of those runs coming in the first 2 innings. Burnsville scored 3 times in the bottom of the first. New Market 9 times in the top of the second. We've seen the pitchers settle in a little bit here since then. Connor Wheatgriff, the young lefty for New Market. After that 3-run first inning, it was all done on 2 outs, a 2-run rally for the Bobcats. But Connor has settled in, hitting 4 straight strikeouts. He's retired the last 7. And Jeff Heinen now comes to the plate in the bottom of the 4th for the Cats. swings and fouls it back on the first pitch. And then walked his first time up in the first inning. Drills that one to center field. Coming over and making the play is McGuigan. 8 in a row retired now for Wheatgriff.
One down now, batting the number 7 batter in the lineup for the Bobcats. Number 17, shortstop Joe Robinson.
Joe Robinson with a 2 RBI single back in the first inning. The big hit against Wheatgriff in that frame. Takes strike 1. Wheatgriff right back to him. Spins around on the mound. Tosses it over to first. And another quick out.
On a hopper back to the hill. 2 down, nobody aboard. At the plate now for the Bobcats, number 14, left fielder Noah Juliar.
Noah Juliar comes to the plate. Juliar grounded out to Barrett his first time up. We mentioned it last inning, but Wheatgriff just attacking the strike zone right now. Right on cue. It's an outside pitch. 1-0 the count to Juliar. Comes back inside. 2-0. Good clearly after that first inning. And then when the Muskies spotted him with 9 runs, instilling a little confidence perhaps in the young lefty. But a 3-0 count to Juliar. Right down the pipe, 3-1. Nine straight retired, but a 3-1 count here to Juliar. And it is ball 4. So after retiring 9 straight, Wheatgriff issues the walk, and Brandon Hugo comes up. Hugo struck out in the second inning.
Number 5, Brandon Hugo.
Hugo slaps that one to short. Play is to second. An easy play made, and the Muskies continue to cruise through 4, holding down a 9-3 lead in this first round Class B matchup from Hawk Field in Hamburg.
Nobody does high school sports like PrepSpotlight.tv. Your home for Minnesota State tournament action is also where you can find the best weekly action during the regular season in 2021. We make it easy to be a high school sports fan at PrepSpotlight.tv.
Irby Utilities is a leading fulfillment and solutions provider to the utility marketplace, offering a complete business portfolio of products and services from the industry's top manufacturers and technology organizations. They provide products, services, and solutions into the core utility business segments: distribution, transmission, substation, generation, renewable energy, broadband communications, and gas. Irby is committed to supporting the community served by our utility customers and is proud to support WCH 2021.
We move to the 5th inning, 9-3, New Market over Burnsville. Again, both pitchers have settled in. Relief pitcher in this one, Cade Marsalek. They're coming into a messy situation back in the second inning, battled his way through it, It's now held Newmarket scoreless in each of the last 2 innings. We've got Scott Lydon leading things off. Scott, as I was told this week, the backbone of this team is what he's been with Newmarket since 2007. A longtime veteran here at this club. And he takes strike 3 from Marsalek here. So again, Marsalek settling in. That'll bring up Alex Barrett, second baseman. Drew a walk, scored back in the 2nd inning. And then in the 3rd inning, he flew out to center field. Takes strike 1 as Marsalek now firing strikes. Fouls that one off the plate quickly, 0-2. Drives that one to right. And Barrett is on base again. The 10th hit in the ball game now for Newmarket.
Now batting for the Muskies.
And that'll bring up Lincoln Berry.
Lincoln Berry.
Berry's had a good game here. RBI, 2 RBI double. Back in the that 2nd inning. Then hit by a pitch, stole a base his last time up. So Berry has been active from the 9 spot in the lineup. He's got 1 on, 1 out here. Marsalek has found the strike zone, strike 1. Pitch is high, 1-1 the count. Swung on and missed. Marsalek forges ahead here, 1-2. Our first game yesterday, the morning session. With 11 innings, Spring Hill with an exciting victory over Delano. That one fouled back, tried to sneak its way under the netting. Dropped straight down, 1-2 the count. Runner goes. Pitch, again, driven into the ground. Count remains 1-2. Barrett will have to retreat to first. One-two pitch, hammered into left. Barrett will look it over. Juilliard gets there quickly and gets it in, so it'll be first and second after back-to-back singles, 1 out in the inning. And the lineup turns back over now. Mason Trocchi. Trocchi already with his 4th plate appearance here. Again, he grounded out, and then a 2 RBI single in the 2nd. He struck out in the 3rd. Marsalek trying for that outside corner, not there. 1-0 the count. Comes right back over the plate, 1-1. That one timed out, but driven to right field. Barrett thinks about tagging, then comes back to second base. Johnson able to track that one easily. Breeze not much of a factor on that play, so 2 out in the inning. That'll bring up Blake Schmidt.
Shortstop Blake Schmidt.
Blake with 2 flyouts. Singled back in the second inning, scored a run. Marslak just steps off the mound here. First pitch driven to left side. 0-1 the count. One and one, pitch is low. So you talk about building a program and getting to this point, challenging in a Class B bracket. Back in 2005, the Muskies did not even play a home game because their field was unplayable. Crazy to think as Schmidt grounds to short. The play is at second. That's out number 3. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th. Still 9-3, Fish in front.
Celebrate the end of the 2021 Town Ball season. Join your teammates, rivals, and ball fans from around the state at the Twins game on September 11th. Special ticket pricing for Town Ball players and fans. Salutes to the newly crowned champs and a very fun night at the ballpark. Order your tickets at twinsbaseball.com/townball and wear your town's team colors to Target Field on September 11th.
For over 110 years, Bungart's has used our farmers' milk to craft the premium dairy products that you know and love. We appreciate your support of our local farmer-owned co-op and are excited to give back as a Platinum Plus sponsor of the Waconia Baseball Association and State Amateur Baseball Tournament. For more information on our products, local retail...
Head to the bottom of the 5th here and at Hawkfield in Hamburg. Class B opener between New Market and Burnsville. New Market, first-time entrance in the Class B tournament. No secret to state tournament play. Again, played here, right here on this field in 2017, but that was in the C bracket. So moving up to Class B, trying to secure a first-round victory over Burnsville. Right now it's in the hands of the young lefty, Connor Wheatgriff, who has retired 9 of the last 11 batters. And then he faces the top of the order here, Tim Erlab. Lead things off in the bottom of the 5th. He's flown out, and in the second inning, he struck out. Part of that 4 straight strikeouts from Wheatgriff. Grounds it to third. Up with it and making the play is Trocchi. One quick out in the bottom of the 5th inning. Tyler Hill, center fielder, due up next. He also flew out in the first and also struck out in the second.
For the Bobcats, number 15, center fielder Tyler Hill.
So the Cats still looking for some production here from the top of the lineup. Combined 0 for 5. Hill's going to try to get something going with the bunt. Cannot lay it down, 0-1. He's trying to break the rhythm here. The young lefty from New Market. Shows bunt again, pulls it back, pitches high, 1-1 the count. This time gets it down. Wheatgriff has to get there quickly. Scoops, throws, and I think Hill would have been safe on the head first slide. So we'll see what they decide to call it here as the ball was dropped. It's Barry. Yeah, he threw it pretty hard from close proximity, so that one bounced out of Barry's glove. Still waiting for the official word.
Batting now for the Bobcats.
They are going to put an error on the board. I'm going to put E1, though not 100% sure who they're going to give the error to here. Zach Andreessen now to the plate. Doubled and scored in the first inning, struck out his last time up. Right back up the middle, Wheatgriff gloves it, throw to short, the relay, a double play. What a great play from Wheatgriff to start that double play in a race. Any hopes the Bobcats had of putting together a rally here in the fifth. Through 5, 9-3, Fish in control.
All summer long, you have gathered with friends, neighbors, and family at ball yards all across Minnesota.
Still going, gone! A home run!
Diamonds that decorate and help define hundreds of communities. Town Ball binds together our passion for baseball in our hometowns. And on September 11th, the cornerstone of Minnesota baseball, Target Field, will host a party for all those who play, watch, and support Town Ball. The Twins host the Royals at 6:10 p.m. Prior to the game, the newly crowned state amateur champs will be honored at the Town Ball Tavern and during a pregame ceremony. Wear your team colors and enjoy a special night at Target Field.
The 0-2 pitch. Strike three! Fairmont, state champions in 2020.
Congratulations to the Fairmont Martins. They are your 2020.
For tickets to the Twins' Tip of the Cap to Town Ball on September 11th, visit twinsbaseball.com/townball.
Field gets a refresh here as we move to the 6th inning. Now to recap it, 3 runs for Burnsville in the bottom of the 1st inning, but Newmarket responds, sending 10 batters to the plate in the top of the 2nd, scoring 9 times. And they now head to the 6th inning, still in control. And Marcelek still out there for Burnsville. He took over in the 2nd inning.
For the new Market Muskies in the top of the 6th inning.
Took over with just 1 out. Helped clean up the mess a little bit, and then has held Newmarket in check since then. So keeping his team firmly, I guess, keeping his team from falling further behind, I guess is the way to look at it. Still down by 6 runs here, and it's ball 1 to Andy Henkemeyer. Andy is 1 for 3, singled and scored in the 2nd inning. He's worked the 2-0 count here against Marcelek. He'll drill that one into right. Juilliard gets over there to cut it off, so it'll be a leadoff single here for Henkemeyer, the 12th hit in the game for Newmarket. Henkemeyer's 2nd base knock. That'll bring up Brett Herber, the left fielder. Brett officially 0 for 2 in the books, does have a sac fly RBI, that coming back in the 2nd inning. So to talk about, pick up where I left off when talking about the how far the Muskies have come, 7 state tournament appearances since 2013. You're back in 05, not even able to play on their home field. Think about that. But the help of the Knights of Columbus, the field has been completely turned around. Admittedly, they said they do not have the best field in the state, but over the last 15 years, it's come a long way and helped establish this program and attract some of the young talent you see on the field here today. Now competing and at the moment winning in the Class B bracket, their first time in Class B. So a quick 0-2 count here on Herbert. Marcelick tries to get him to chase. Good take, 1-2 the count. Comes right back over. A swing and a miss, strike 3. It's a nice response from Marcelick to get that out. One out now for Carter Hansen, but Carter, toughest out so far in this lineup for Newmarket. And he comes up with a runner on. He batted twice back in the second inning. He singled twice and scored twice in that inning. And his last time up in the fourth, he reached on a walk. That one comes over for a strike. Hansen gives a look to I'll get the home plate umpire. But he's down 0-1 in the count. Marcelick onto the stretch. That pitch is low. Runner goes. Good throw from Erlab. Man, Erlab continues to play a strong game here. And he cuts down Hinkemeyer at second. So caught stealing 2 outs now. Just like that, nobody on for Carter Hansen. So Erlab, quick release and strong throw. Seen that twice now. His first throw a little off the mark. That one right on the money. And he cuts down Hinkemeyer. 1-2 count on Carter Hansen. That pitch misses to the outside, 2-2. Marcelick trying to get that one over. A little bit low. Hansen takes full count. That one nubbed toward first. Trocchi gets over there. He's going to make the play himself. And just one step ahead of Hansen for out number 3. So Marcelick continues to hold the Muskies in check. 9-3 our scores. We head to the bottom of the 6th live on PrepSpotlight.tv.
The Town Ball Tour. Head to the small towns and tell people what it's all about.
A lot of excitement. Weather is fantastic.
This place has been here since the early 80s.
This is a baseball town.
The town is here. The kids are here. It's safe. It's a wonderful environment. We certainly met some wonderful characters.
Thanks for joining us for another season of Fox 9's Town Ball Tour.
Bottom 6, Burnsville trying to find it again after that 3-run first inning. And now they've got the youngster
For the Bobcats, leading it off in the bottom of the 6th.
Wheatgriff locked in on the mound.
First baseman Matt Trocchi.
Matt Trocchi, the player manager, first baseman for Burnsville up, reached on an error and scored in the first inning. Flew out his last time up. You know, Burnsville at that 3 spot. Wheatgriff in his first state tournament action as Trockey to right, and it gets past the right fielder. That's going to roll all the way to the track. Trockey thinking 3, and he turns. He'll get there easily. So it was maybe a single and an error might be the call here. See how they decide to play that. You can't assume he's going to make the catch, you would think, on that play. But if he keeps it in front of him. There's Carter Hansen out there in right field, by the way, trying to make that play. So I'll give him a single and then an error on Hansen. And just like that, a runner on third as Burnsville finds life here against the young lefty. So as I was saying, the 3 spot put up by the Cats in the first. And Wheatgriff completely settling in, and before that had surrendered just 3 hits. And he quickly jumps ahead 0-2 on Kevin Johnson. Johnson, RBI single, later scored back in the first inning, flew out his last time up. Check swing, they say no, so 1-2 the count. Johnson hanging tough, following that one back. Count remains 1-2. Spins that one across, but it's ripped into right. Trockey will score. An RBI single for Johnson. And new life for the Cats.
Johnson pokes a single to right.
So nobody out yet.
Now batting for the Bobcats.
And the Bobcats strike for the first time since the first inning, cutting into this deficit a little bit. Designated hitter Jeff Heinen now to the dish. He walked back in the first, flew out in the fourth inning. See if Wheatgriff can find his groove again here. One time retiring 9 straight batters, Wheatgriff. And 10 out of 11. Really cruising through those middle innings. No action in the Newmarket bullpen. Plenty of options. Coach Bergstrom, leaping catch made at second. No chance to double him off, so good play by Barrett. We've seen that twice now. Alex showing off some athleticism over there at second base. That's a tough read off the bat. Obviously didn't have a ton of flight on it, but he times his jump perfect. Oh, slapper to short. Play goes to second. Relay from Barrett. Out there, another double play for Newmarket, and they get out of the inning. Burnsville does get 1 run back, but it's still the Fish in command 9-4 after 6.
Nobody does high school sports like PrepSpotlight.tv. Your home for Minnesota State tournament action is also where you can find the best weekly action during the regular season in 2021. We make it easy to be a high school sports fan at PrepSpotlight.tv.
Steve McQuaggan, the center fielder, leads us off in the 7th inning. So Burnsville able to get one back, but another big double play. Blake Schmidt starting that double play last inning, 6-4-3 to erase the Burnsville threat. McQuaggan to center. Hill read it wrong. Now has to come back and make the play. And they're going to say it's an out. So Hill, the circus grab in the end, as that one hit a little harder than he thought from McQuaggan. So most of the time a routine play out there probably for Hill, but just a tough read. Able to recover, so one down. And that brings up Leiden. So 1 for 3 on the day. Singleton scored back in that 2nd inning. Grounded to short. Good throw there. A nice arm from Joe Robinson. And 2 quick outs for Marsalek as he works through the bottom half of the order here for the Newmarket Muskies. All 9 of their runs back in the 2nd inning.
2 down, bases empty. Batting now for the Newmarket Muskies. Second baseman, number 13, Alex.
And here is Alex Barrett, who's had a nice game. Walked and scored in the 2nd, then flew out, and a base hit his last time up. And he's flashed the leather a bit at second base as well. Takes a strike from Marsalek. So Alex batting in the 8th spot in the lineup, providing a spark for the Muskies. We do have action, by the way, in the Newmarket bullpen. Looks like warming up is Brett Herber, who again was the leader in innings pitched as Marsalek takes care of Barrett. An easy 1-2-3 inning for the Cats. Can they cut into the deficit anymore? Will we see a new pitcher? Come back for more here live on PrepSpotlight.tv.
Celebrate the end of the 2021 Town Ball season. Join your teammates, rivals, and ball fans from around the state at the Twins game on September 11th. Special ticket pricing for Town Ball players and fans. Salutes to the newly crowned champs and a very fun night at the ballpark. Order your tickets at twinsbaseball.com/townball and wear your town's team colors to Target Field on September 11th.
Connor Wheatgriff will come back out for the 7th inning. Young lefty settled in nicely here. Just 5 hits surrendered. There's 2 errors in the game for Newmarket, and both of those errors, by the way, were when Matt Trocchi was at the dish for Burnsville, and he has scored 2 of the 4 runs for Burnsville. So those errors looming large on the scoreboard. Obviously, Newmarket still comfortably up with a 5-run advantage. But if you factor that into the way Wheatgriff has pitched here today, it all adds up to a really nice outing. Class B opener here for the young lefty from Prior Lake. And we did see Herber warming up. I mentioned Brett is the innings leader on this staff, so we think, seeing him warm up, that we will see him at some point here. He's back out in left field where he's played here this entire game, but just loosening up a bit in case he's needed. I think Todd Bergstrom, the manager for the Muskies, not wanting to see Burnsville nibble away at that lead anymore. Swing and a miss. Noah Juliar at the dish, 2-1 the count. Noah's 0 for 1 on the day, walked back in the 4th inning. That one just misses, 3-1 now the count. So our first of 4 games here today. We had 4 yesterday. We played deep into the night, almost midnight when the final Class C game ended last night. Carver overtaking Bird Island. Saw a lot of really good baseball yesterday. Expecting much more of the same here this afternoon, as how about this? Wheatgriff battles all the way back and gets the strikeout. So 1 out in the inning. That'll bring up the number 9 hitter, Brandon Hugo. Brandon yet to solve Wheatgriff, struck out in the 2nd inning, grounded out his last time up. 5 Ks on the day, by the way, for Wheatgriff, as that is skied to right. Coming over, making the play is Carter Hansen.
Hugo retired on a sky-high fly to right field, 2 down.
So 1 pitch to take care of Hugo. We roll over the lineup, and Erlab comes up. Erlab still looking for his first hit. 0 for 3, struck out back in the second inning. Erlab's played well behind the plate for Burnsville. Like to get something going, maybe another 2-out rally here for the Cats. Swings and misses for strike 1. That one tails back over for strike 2. So New Market, mentioned the youth movement here and tying in some of the past. As the 0-2 pitch is in the dirt, 1-2. See Wheatgriff, young pitcher out there. Got Alex Barrett, fresh out of high school, playing second base. 16-year-old Spencer Klein from Apple Valley's on the roster. 1-2 pitch, again low, 2-2. And then you've got veterans like Al Weeman, who's a lights out closer in his prime. He's now transitioned to more of a batting practice pitcher. So again, it's that mix of the veterans that have put the Muskies on the map, mixed in with these young guys, trying to push them to the next level now in the Class B bracket. And a good at bat shaping up here for Erlab as he's worked this count full. Wheatgriff comes in on him, and Erlab squeezes it through the left side. Hit number 6, and Erlab's first base knock of this game. See if Bergstrom has any ideas now of making a move, or is he going to let Cotter work his way through this one? And center fielder Tyler Hill comes up. Again, brought it up last time we were at this part of the lineup. That's the first hit for Erlab. Hill still looking for his first, so top of the lineup for the Bobcats. No spark to this point for them. So maybe Bergstrom comfortable having Wheatgriff face Hill here. 1-0 count. That one he pushes across. Now 1-1 the count. Foul to the right side. Wheatgriff pushes ahead now, 1-2. One-two pitch. Hill reaches for that one, stays alive. 2 outs, Erlab at first. Wheatgriff trying to put 7 complete innings in the books. Inside corner, strike 3 called. Wheatgriff knew it right away as he walks off the mound. They come out to greet him. 7 innings in the books for the young lefty. And still a 5-run advantage for the Fish as we move to the late innings now of our Class B opener here at Hawk Field in Hamburg.
All summer long, you have gathered with friends, neighbors, and family at ball yards all across Minnesota.
Still going, gone, a home run.
Diamonds that decorate and help define hundreds of communities. Town Ball binds together our passion for baseball in our hometowns. And on September 11th, the cornerstone of Minnesota baseball, Target Field, will host a party for all those who play, watch, and support Town Ball. The Twins host the Royals at 6:10 p.m. Prior to the game, the newly crowned state amateur champs will be honored at the Town Ball Tavern and during a pregame ceremony. Wear your team colors and enjoy a special night at Target Field.
The 0-2 pitch. Strike 3! Fairmont, state champions in 2020.
To the Fairmont Martins. They are your 2020.
For tickets to the Twins' Tip of the Cap to Town Ball on September 11th, visit twinsbaseball.com/townball.
we've got 7 in the books. Let's go to inning number 8. Leading off the 8th inning for the Newmarket Muskies. First baseman, number 44, Lincoln Berry.
Lincoln Berry, the number 9 hitter in the lineup, leads us off in the 8th. He follows that pitch from Marsalek, who is out to pitch yet another inning. And Cade took over in the 2nd inning with just 1 out. That 9-run, all 9 runs for Newmarket coming in that frame. Kind of an excuse me swing that time from Barry, and he's down 0-2. Marsalek has done a great job, obviously, since that 2nd inning, keeping Newmarket off the board. They're able to chip away with 1 run in the 6th inning as Barry goes down swinging. That'll bring us back to the top of the order.
Top of the order now for the Muskies. That means 3rd baseman Mason Truckee at the plate.
So Mason Truckee comes up. Mason, that 2 RBI double back in the 2nd inning. Luke Hansen, the starter for Burnsville, touched up for 5 of the runs. Actually, Marsalek obviously inherited base runners as well. So my book probably not 100% accurate on who the runs are charged to, but I've got him for 5. And Marsalek, as mentioned, has settled in. He's got an 0-2 count now on Mason Truckee. Truckee lifts that one to right center. Hill gives chase and gets under it for the 2nd out.
Truckee retired on a high fly to center field. Hill takes that for out number 2. Batting now for the Muskies.
So Blake Schmidt,
shortstop,
the number 2 hitter in the lineup, will come up. Blake right now is 1 for 4. Get on the action in that 2nd inning with a single, later scored. And swinging away on the first pitch, fouls it back. One pitch from Marsalek. Inside, 1-1. Swung on and missed, 1-2. Marsalek wasting no time just attacking these hitters. And that's one's fisted to the right side and through. Hit number 13 on the day. And hit number 2 on the day for Mason Truckee. 2-out single. That'll bring us to Andy Henkemeyer.
Schmidt curls a 2-out single.
Andy has 2 hits. Caught stealing his last time up. 1 run scored.
Number 28, pitcher Andy Henkemeyer.
Henkemeyer, another left-handed batter in this lineup, takes strike 1. Burnsville does have an arm up in the bullpen right now. See if we can get an eye on who that is. 0-1 pitch, high and outside. It's actually the DH, Jeff Heinen, is warming up in the bullpen. So he could enter and obviously stay in the lineup from his position. 2-1 the count now on Henkemeyer. 13 hits now on the day for Newmarket. 6 hits for Burnsville. Henkemeyer knocks that one to the left side, 2-2. 2-2 pitch. Bends over for strike 3. So Marsalek continues to cruise. But Burnsville running out of outs. They'll come up in the bottom of the 8th, still facing that 5-run deficit.
The Town Ball Tour. Head to the small towns and tell people what it's all about.
A lot of excitement. Weather is fantastic.
This place has been here since the early 80s.
This is a baseball town.
The town is here. The kids are here. It's safe. It's a wonderful environment. We certainly met some wonderful characters.
Thanks for joining us for another season of Fox 9's Town Ball Tour.
And garden equipment and more. Join the home team. Visit the Lano Equipment Store near you today. Change for the new Market Muskies. Wheatgrip goes to left field. Now pitching, number 22, Brett Herbert.
As you heard the announcement, new pitcher for New Market, and they do, in fact, go to Brett Herbert, who, again, led the team in innings pitched and strikeouts. Former Winona State Warrior will come in to presumably try to close this out over the final 2 innings. He replaces Connor Wheatgriff. Tip of the hat to Connor, the young lefty, coming in his first state tournament action, survives that first inning, completely locked in, retired 9 batters in a row at one time, ends up 7 complete innings, and he struck out 6 batters, 4 runs on the board. A couple of those runs unearned due to errors. And Zach Andresen steps in now for Burnsville to lead off the bottom of the 8th. Zach doubled and scored way back in the first. He hit into a 1-6-3 double play his last time up, and that is a rip into left. So he welcomes the new pitcher with hit number 7 on the day for Burnsville. And again, Zach's second base knock here. Leadoff single now. It's Matt Trocchi.
Now to the plate, number 7, first baseman Matt Trocchi.
And Trocchi has reached, well, he got credited with a single, maybe a double. I don't know what they officially did in the scorebook his last time up. And the play by Hansen and Wright got past him, so Trocchi ended up on third. So he's benefited from errors. His first time up, he did reach on an error. So I guess officially in the book, he's 1 for 3. He's down quickly 0-2 to the new pitcher, Herbert. High and outside, 1-2. Let's see Herbert, the right-handed pitcher. And Herbert started left field here tonight, so he comes in from left field. It looks like Wheatgriff took his place out in left. We'll get confirmation on that. That's who it looks like is out there. Now the count is 2-2. Trocchi's worked his way back into this at-bat. Right down the middle. He shatters the bat for a second time today. Again going to the left side. And this time it squirts through. So 2 batters, 2 hits, and here come the Cats in the bottom of the 8th.
Trocchi with a kindling maker to left. Runners at first and second. Nobody out batting for the Bobcats.
Trocchi back-to-back hits. And Kevin Johnson now comes in. Johnson has 2 hits, 2 for 3, an RBI and a run scored. And that is, in fact, Wheatgriff, by the way, manning the left field position. So he and Herbert just switched spots. Remember Wheatgriff being DH4 in the lineup. But Newmarket only worried about trying to get out of this jam here. Herbert, a little velocity there, swung on and missed. That one skied high in the infield. Tracking it is Schmidt at short. He backpedals into short left center to make the catch, out number one. And a big out that time by Herbert as he now faces Jeff Heinen. Heinen DHing here today. He walked back in the first, has flown out twice since. Just a bit low. 1-0. Again, Burnsville, 3 runs in the first, then down 9-3 after 2. They scored one back in the 6th, threatening here as Herbert hits Heinen. And Herbert says he leaned into it, is what he's arguing. And the umpires are going to say nope. He started his swing and then it came back through. So the hit by pitch, and now we've got bases loaded. So hold everything. One out, bases juice for Joe Robinson. Joe with a 2 RBI single back in the first, hit into a 6-4-3 double play his last time up. And Blake Schmidt starting that from short. He would love another opportunity to do that here. 0-1 the count. Curves that one over the head of Robinson. That was right after. Remember, he hit Heinen last time, so a little close for comfort there. 1-1 the count, 1 out, bases loaded. Right down the middle, that's drilled to center field. This will score 1 run as McGuigan gets underneath it, wisely tosses it to third. And scoring from third base is Andreessen. So Burnsville gets a run back. On the RBI sac fly from Robinson.
Robinson with a sacrifice fly.
But the McGuigan, the heads-up play to keep Trocchi at second.
Batting now for the Bobcats.
So Trocchi stands there. Heinen's on first, now 2 outs. And Noah Juliar, who is 0 for 2 with a walk, struck out his last time up. (9-5) now our score. We're trying to work out of this jam. 1 out, bases loaded for the Cats. They do push 1 run across, still trailing by 4 here. Herbert in relief of the starter Connor Wheatgriff. And now a 3-0 count. In danger of loading the bases back up. Hinkemeyer's going to come out and talk to Herbert, try to work things out here. With 2 outs, he's probably saying just throw it out over the middle. Let's try to get out of here. Still with that 4-run cushion. Throws that one across for a strike, now 3-1. That one off the mask of maybe the catcher and Terry Helgett, the home plate umpire. But the count is full. Herbert's worked his way back into this at bat. 3-2 pitch coming from Herber. It's swung on and driven out of play. So again, 3-2 pitch, 2 out, 2 on. Herber delivers, and Juilliard again fouls it off. Continues to hang. And he gets him on the foul tip. So Herber battles all the way back from a 3-0 count to get the big strikeout. Burnsville, again, chipping away. They do get a run, but still trailing by 4 as we head to the 9th inning at Hawk Field.
No errors and 2 runners left stranded. After 8 innings here at Hawk Field, your score, the New Market Muskies 9, the Burnsville Bobcats 5.
Hey folks, the state amateur tournaments are now in full swing. The Class B and C tourneys will be played out over the next 3 weeks in Waconia, Chaska, and Hamburg. Get out and support your community, or if you just love the game of baseball and want to watch win-or-go-home games at fantastic venues, there's nothing like tournament time. If you can't make it to the games, prepspotlight.tv/townball has packages that'll make watching all the venues very affordable for you. Enjoy the tournament right here at the ballpark, or right here with us on prepspotlight.tv. I'm Eric Murphy with you for our Class B opener here in Hamburg. Again, one of 3 Class B matchups here at Hawk Field. The winner of this game moves on to play St. Michael. The Saints, the headline so far, taking out always tough Moorhead, the Brew Crew from Moorhead, a 2-1 victory for the Saints. And a reminder, this 16-team Class B tournament is double elimination the first 2 rounds. So it is win or go home.
And so we start the 9th inning.
You get into that final weekend, you get into the elimination bracket, or double elimination portion of the bracket.
Number 22, the pitcher, Brett Herber.
The 3-time defending champs, Chanhassen, already on to the next round. Burnsville in Chan's league, they know all about having to play the Redbirds. 0 for 4 against them this year. No shame in that. One of their games, it was 2-1. Luke Hansen pitched that game for the Cats. Hansen was our starter here today. Got knocked around a bit in the 2nd inning. And Cade Marcelik has taken over and pitched every inning since. He's back out here in the top of the 9th. New Market with those 9 runs all in the 2nd inning. They are living on that, trying to ride it all the way to round 2. The 2-1 pitch, Sky to center field. Hill takes care of it easily. And Brett Herber, now the pitcher, taken care of for out number 1. Now to bring up Carter Hansen, the right fielder. Carter is 2 for 3 officially. He's been on base 3 times, including a walk back in the 4th inning. He's also got an RBI, and he scored twice. So again, this is our opener. Started at 11 o'clock here today. Our next game featuring Forest Lake and Rochester. Slated to start at 1:30 on paper. That never happens. In fact, last night we didn't get out of here till nearly midnight. As Hansen on base for a 4th time, he fists that one into center field, his 3rd single here today. Carter with the 1-out hit. Let's bring up Steve McGuigan, the center fielder.
Center fielder, number 14, Steve McGuigan.
And Steve, 2 hits in his first 2 at-bats. Grounded out and flown out since then. He knocks that one to the left side, and it dribbles through. Big turn by Hansen at second. But Marszalek gets over to cover. So he'll hold there. First and second now, one out. McGuigan with the third hit for him. And we've got a pinch hitter. Taylor Pagel will come in and hit for Scott Lydon in the DH spot. Pagel, number 25, right-handed batter. Stepping in, first pitch he sees, fouls it to the left side. The manager, Todd Bergstrom, perhaps looking for a late inning spark here in the lineup. Pulling Pagel off the bench to pinch hit in the DH spot here. So it's 1 out, 2 on. Okay, Marslek trying to work his way through it. That one chopped to the left side. Foul, now 0-2 the count. Pagel lifts that one to left. It's going to drop, and they're going to send the runner. That's Hansen. Good throw. I don't know how he got back the one to throw and then over to third base. And safe over there is McGuigan. So Pagel credit him with an RBI single. And good hustle from Carter Hansen. As he scores the 10th run of the game for Newmarket, the first time they've scored since the second inning. And lengthening that lead back out to 5.
1 run in, runners at the corners, 1 out. And number 13, second baseman Alex Barrett at the plate.
We'll bring up Alex Barrett, runners on the corners. And Layden's going to re-enter the game as a pinch runner for Pagel. So Pagel does his job with the spark off the bench. And really, a nice play out there. It just dropped in out of the reach of Brandon Hugo. And Hugo came up throwing. Carter Hansen runs well. But Hugo put a good throw on it. In fact, it was a little bit too far. So Erlab had to go back and get it and couldn't recover in time to get Hansen at the plate. So it's 10-5. There's still only 1 out here. And Alex Barrett, like Carter Hansen from Farmington High School. Barrett has had a nice game here. A walk and a run back in the second. He singled in the 5th. Quickly down 0-2 here to Marcelik. Cade tries to hang in there. Runner goes. Erlab, we know he can throw. That one's cut off, though. And Robinson on the cut play. Keeping an eye on McGuigan over at third. So the runner's now at second and third. With just 1 out. The pitch was a ball. 1-2 is the count to Barrett. Barrett back up the middle, past the drawn-in infield. They're going to hold the runner at third. So Barrett with the RBI single knocks in McGuigan. Marcelak getting knocked around a little bit here. Runners on the corners with 1 out still. 2 runs in on the inning.
Batting now for the Newmarket Muskies, number 34, Lucas Crimmins.
Another pinch hit opportunity here, and it's going to be Lucas Crimmins. Pinch hitting for Lincolnberry. So Crimmins up. First time in this game. Runners on the corner, 1 out, 2 runs already in. Marcelek continues to work for Burnsville. Strike called, 1-1. So Leiden at third after he re-entered as a pinch hitter. Held on that Barris singles. Barris now goes. The hit and run. Erlab this time does throw it all the way down. Going up to get that one, Andresen. By the time he comes down, Barris is safe. Stolen base for Alex. Now puts 2 runners in scoring position with 1 out. Nice pitch for Marcelek to get out, to get the 3rd strike swinging. And Crimmins, the pinch hitter, goes down for the 2nd out. Rolls over to the top of the lineup now. And that'll be Mason Trocchi. But Matt Trocchi, the Burnsville manager, stops play here from his first base position, and he will bring in Heinen, the DH in the lineup. That'll send Marcelek to the dugout. A game effort for Cade. Came in a really tough situation and held Newmarket off the board all the way to the 9th inning here. So good effort for Marcelek.
We've got some score updates for you from Waconia. Kimball Express 3, Union Hill Bulldogs 0. That game is a final. From Chaska, this score also a final. The Eagle Lake Expos 2, the Cannon Falls Bears 1. Those scores are brought to you by Score Monster.
Jeff Heinen, the 3rd arm in the game here for the Cats here today. He's going to try to put out the latest rally here for Newmarket. The Muskies with 2 runs already in. Runners on 2nd and 3rd, 2 outs. Mason Trosky steps to the plate, the lefty. Fouls it back for strike 1. So this will be the 6th time Trosky comes to the plate in this game. Highlight moment for him back in that 9-run 2nd inning, a 2-run single for Trocchi. Also scored in that inning. Heinen takes a little off on that one, but high, so 1-1 the count. Game after this is Rochester. The Royals taking on the Forest Lake Brewers. Got Champlin and Hampton. Our late afternoon scheduled game, and then we'll finish things off with our Class C makeup between Milroy, the Irish, and Maple Lake. A 3-1 count now on Trocchi. Oh, a strike called as Trocchi thought it was ball 4. Tossing the bat. So full count it is. Terry's been consistent back there today. Haven't seen many arguments. Minor disagreement there. Full count. Heinen's pitch Hot shot to the right side. First base coach dancing to get out of the way. Swung on and missed. Tynan takes a little off that pitch. And Trocchi struts back to the dugout after striking out. But two more across for Newmarket, and they push that lead back out to 6 runs. Last chance for Burnsville coming up next on PrepSpotlight.tv.
All summer long, you have gathered with friends, neighbors, and family at ball yards all across Minnesota.
Still going, gone! A home run!
Diamonds that decorate and help define hundreds of communities. Town Ball binds together our passion for baseball in our hometowns. And on September 11th, the cornerstone of Minnesota baseball, Target Field, will host a party for all those who play, watch, and support Town Ball. The Twins host the Royals at 6:10 p.m. Prior to the game, the newly crowned state amateur champs will be honored at the Town Ball Tavern and during a pregame ceremony. Wear your team colors and enjoy a special night at Target Field.
The 0-2 pitch. Strike 3! Fairmont, state champions in 2020.
Congratulations to the Fairmont Martins. They are your 2020.
For tickets to the Twins' Tip of the Cap to Town Ball on September 11th, visit twinsbaseball.com/townball.
Burnsville down to its final 3 outs in the 2021 season. Herber still out there to try to close this thing out for Newmarket. If he can, we'll have seen 2 arms here today for the Muskies. Trying to move on for the first time ever, pick up a win in the Class B bracket, their first time in the tourney as a Class B team. And we do have off the bench Joey Anderson stepping in for Burnsville. He's pinch hitting for Brandon Hugo. Defensively, we have a re-entry. Barry re-enters at first base. For Newmarket. So 1-1 the count. Herber going right after Anderson here. 1-2 now. Good hang by Anderson. Burnsville capturing that 2 seed out of the Section 3B bracket. Tough bracket. And they come in here with high hopes, but now down to just 2 outs against this really good Newmarket squad. And now Tim Erlab will come up. Erlab, the leadoff hitter in the lineup. He singled his last time up. Facing Erber for the first time. The 2 arms we see here for the Muskies. And there's still plenty in the tank as far as arms available on the bench, but the Fish missing their top pitcher and their top hitter, by the way, Tony Vucca, who's recovering from Tommy John surgery. So think about that. Newmarket on the brink of moving on to the second round of the Class B tournament for the first time. And missing Tony. Vucca with the build as their top hitter and pitcher. Hope to see him back someday for Newmarket as it's strike 3 called, so 2 Ks to open up the 9th here for Herber. And he is laser focused on trying to move the Fish on to the next round. It'll be up to Tyler Hill, the center fielder, still looking for his first hit. He's 0 for 4, reached on an error back in the 5th. Low ball 1. High ball 2. Swung out and missed, 2-1. And a take there, so Hill being patient in this at bat. Now a 3-1 count. Again, 2 outs in the inning. So 1 out left in Burnsville's season. They can't rally here, and it's ball 4, so they're not done yet. Hill works the walk, and that'll bring up Andreessen. Andreessen has 2 hits in this game. He's also scored twice.
2-out walk to Hill brings to the plate for the Bobcats second baseman Zach Andreessen.
Andreessen fists that one to third. Play is to first, and it's an out, and Newmarket moves on to the next round. Yes, Trocchi to Barry for the final out. Herbert closes it out, an 11-5 victory for the Muskies. We'll move on to next Friday's action right here at Hamburg, where they'll take on the St. Michael Saints. So let's recap it here. Burnsville with a 2-out rally in the first inning to take a 3-0 lead after 1, but Newmarket comes right back with 9 runs on 9 hits. 10 batters come to the plate. Carter Hansen, 2 singles, 2 runs, and RBI. Trocchi with a 2-run double featuring that 9-run top of the second inning. Then the pitchers settled in a bit. Burnsville able to chip away with runs in the 6th and the 8th innings, but then 2 more runs in the top of the 9th for Newmarket, and the Fish then able to close it out as Herbert pitches the final 2 innings. Great start for the young lefty Connor Wheatgriff. He goes 7 solid, strikes out 6, retired 9 straight batters at one point in this contest. And it's Newmarket, their first time in Class B, moving on to the second weekend. Congrats to them. And we thank you so much for watching this contest here on PrepSpotlight.tv. We're not done yet. In fact, we're just getting started. Our first of 4 matchups here in Hamburg. If you subscribed here today and you're looking for something to do on a Sunday, stay with us. If this is the only game you're watching here today, we thank you so much for joining us for live action on PrepSpotlight.tv. For Brian Carlson, I am Eric Murphy. We'll see you in about 20 minutes for game number 2 here at Hawk Field.